Every time you come across a new level in Geometry Dash that you've never played before, chances are that the first thing you notice is the difficulty of it, so you know what you're about to get into. You don't think much more of it once you start playing the level, but that begs the question, what really determines a level's difficulty? Could it be the amount of obstacles per section of the level? The precise timings of certain moves you have to do? Straight up not knowing what to do next? Well, luckily, the official levels of GD sort of set the barrier of what a good difficult level should look like. It's been said numerous times in the GD community that hard levels should focus less on things like orb spam or straight fly, but rather precise timings that are still sight readable. Despite some levels introducing some new mechanics, they don't make the level too hard by any means. For instance, in Theory of Everything's UFO part, which is the first usage of the UFO game mode, there's a lot of space to get a feel for the UFO's physics. It's no question that some insane rated levels are harder than others, but I think we can all agree that out of all the insane official levels, the absolute most difficult is none other than electrodynamics. This is definitely the hardest out of all the insane official levels. In fact, I think it's a bit more difficult than insane. Now, some of you might be thinking, what makes this level so hard? Well, it's not what's being used in the level, it's how, which is why I think electrodynamics should have been rated Easy Demon. So in order to know why this level is demon worthy in the first place, we of course need to play the level. The level starts off very simple. This cube part is almost completely free until you get to this set of arrows. This is the double speed portal, which technically should be called the 1.24340458309 times speed portal, but for the sake of this video, we'll just be calling it the 2 times speed portal, or the double speed portal. Now, instead of jumping over a maximum of 3 spikes, you can jump up to 4. These set of invisible spikes are a bit tricky to overcome the first few times, but it becomes muscle memory once you learn it. What I especially like about this section is that while the speed of the player is going faster than normal, the layout becomes more stretched, compensating for the faster movement. Now onto the ship part. Oh no. The ship can go in double speed too? Yup. Now this is where the difficulty comes into play. This ship part showcases invisible blocks and spikes, which were introduced in the previous level, Club Step. From the surface, this section may seem simple at first, but when you try it for the first time, it's definitely hard to get used to. Why? Well, Club Step used this tactic in its first ship part, but that was in normal speed. Electrodynamics does it slightly differently, since there are no intended fake spikes, but the faster speed definitely makes it harder to get through. But if you do manage to get past the ship part, well, it gets even more insane. Not only are you now the UFO in double speed, but you also go upside down and right side up again in less than a span of 5 seconds. Yes, this UFO part seems really cool when pulled off, but for an insane level? Yeah, no thanks. This is the first usage of the upside down UFO, and this is how it's introduced. The upside down ship had an entire section and jumper for the player to get used to the upside down ship's physics. But when the upside down UFO was introduced, this level is just like, well, here's an upside down UFO part, good luck. I just don't know how RobTop thought this was easy enough to pass as a part of an insane rated level instead of Easy Demon. Not even the Nightmare has a section as intense as this. After this first UFO part comes the first secret coin, which is almost free, and then you're back to the cube. This cube part is fairly simple. It becomes clear that this level is not as balanced as the previous levels, but since this is the first level to use speed portals, I'll let it slide. What I mean by unbalanced is that the cube parts only require to go up and down on platforms and hitting orbs without much else going on. Even in double speed, the cube parts seem fairly simple. However, during the ship and UFO parts, it becomes noticeably difficult. This is probably because the UFO and ship game modes offer a lot more mobility than the cube, so maybe that's why. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But let's move on to the ball part. Yeah, I don't think this needs to be explained. It's a pretty short segment before another cube part, which has a very easy layout. We're not going to be going over the coins in this video. So then we enter the second ship part of the level, and uh-oh. That's right, the ship can go in triple speed as well. This is how the triple speed portal is introduced in this insane rated level. I promise, this section looks way easier than it actually is. To some people, this may seem like an absolute cakewalk, but if you compare it to the previous insane levels, they didn't have anything like this. And we arrive to yet another triple speed ship section. Again, this section looks so much easier than it actually is. It probably looks like the ship is just going up and down, which is true, but keep in mind that the ship physics are quite curvy, so you have to time when you should hold a release, since it can make or break whether or not you crash into an obstacle too early or too late. Then there's yet another ball part, and then you're thrown into the cube again. This is the last cube section of the level. But wait, something's different. Oh yeah, that's right, you're still in triple speed. Now, not gonna lie, despite with all of the fast speed, the cube parts are surprisingly easy compared to the ship and UFO parts, mainly because of how there's more room for difficulty in the ship and UFO game modes, just like I mentioned earlier in the video. And then the final part of the level, you're almost at the end, but to be honest, I find myself crashing a lot at this part just because I get nervous while I'm about to finish the level. In fact, during the time I was recording this footage, I almost died here. Anything that should be said about this last part of the level has already been said earlier in the video, so yeah. And that is why I think Electrodynamics should be rated Easy Demon. To be clear, I don't dislike this level. In fact, it's probably in my top 21 favorite official levels. So, now that we've analyzed the level in detail about the new mechanics, gameplay features, and other aspects, you can probably see why this is worthy of being rated as Easy Demon. If you take a look at other insane levels, not just the official ones, Electrodynamics is definitely challenging in comparison. Now, I am aware that this level is still going to be rated as insane in the 2.2 update because of Geometry Dash Light, but whatever. I just wanted to make this video because it's sort of a controversial topic in the GD community. If this level did get rated Easy Demon, however, that would mean anyone who completed the level would get a demon added to their demon counter, which is fair in my opinion. Some of you may have agreed with everything I said in this video, while others might disagree, which is fine since this level is right on the edge of being rated as insane or demon, but for me it's obviously leaning toward the demon side. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. For a 6.5 minute long video, this took around 3 weeks to edit because I've been very busy outside of YouTube, so it would really mean a lot if you were to like this video, and maybe even subscribe to help support the channel. It's only 2 clicks. Maybe even check out my other Geometry Dash videos if you feel like it. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video.